This video will be an introduction to Ansys Workbench. In order to open Ansys Workbench, just type Workbench in search box to find Workbench. This is the main window of Ansys Workbench, and we can see a few different areas. And the main area is project schematic, and on the left we can see toolbox and the component systems. And in the main menu, we can open a file. So we can open an existing Workbench project. So for example, like this one. So as we can see, this is a static structural analysis. So on the left from the toolbox, you can create a new analysis. So go for static structural. Either click and drag to the project schematic area, or you can double click to create a static structure. And alternatively, go to a component system. You can create like each of the elements individually. So if we look at a static structural analysis, we can see engineering data that is to define material properties. And then geometry is to create the geometry. And if we right click on this one, we can choose like a few different software packages like Design Modeler and Space Claim to create geometry. And after geometry, next element is model. The model means to create finite element model, creating the mesh and assign some properties to the elements. And the setup is to apply boundary conditions and loading conditions. And the solution is to solve the model. And the results, we look at the output. It's also called post-processing. And so geometry from like one analysis can be linked to the other one. So like this one, we can link the geometry from A to B, and also engineering data from A to B. And so if we want only create geometry, we can double click on this geometry. So to create a standalone geometry. And this can also be linked to an existing like geometry. So in geometry, we can also right click to like replace, and we can import from some external like geometry. So this analysis here, if we click on this black triangle here, we can also duplicate to create a copy of this one. So you can see this is a copy of that static structural analysis. So in addition to static structural analysis, we can also create thermal analysis and like a model analysis and so on. So these buttons are just to create a new project and open existing projects and save a project and save project as. And so when we open like an Ansys Workbench project, we can notice that we have a project file with extension WB.pj for Workbench project. So this is the project file. And also we have a folder and consisting of some other additional files. In order to open a project, we need to have the project file and this folder. So in order to like make it easier, we can combine all the files to form a single file, which is called an archive. So go to File and see that archive. So before we can do that archive, we need to save the project and then archive. And so save like as an archive file, so WB.pz file. So when we create archive, we can include or exclude the results. So if the file is too large, we can exclude the result. But in this case, I just include the results and archive. After we have the archive and we can open that archive file, this one. So when we open the archive file, we need to provide a name. So maybe call it example 2. Then we have opened the Ansys Workbench project, and we can continue like working with this project. Okay, just a brief introduction, and I'll stop here. Thank you.